Hi, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of A Lot of You Have Been Asking. I am so excited because the setting might look a little bit different this week. We are coming at you live from the Betches HQ here with Eleni and Will. They are the personalities, the people behind the Betches Instagram account. They have so much to share with us.
We have so much to give.
We did a little pod swap. That's what they call it in the business.
Yes.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah, pod swap.
I've never done one before.
I went on your guys' podcast. You guys are now on my podcast. So make sure after this to go listen to us over there. It was pretty chaotic. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
We were really all over the place.
Yes, we were.
We talked about everything from
Dancing with the
The
Stars.
Stars.
Dancing with the
Pumpkin
Stars
Spice.
to,
Taylor Swift.
yeah, the life of a showgirl.
I honestly
Boston.
blacked out. I don't remember what we talked
Yeah,
about.
right.
And it was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Hard
And
to
so,
recall.
yeah, we were all over the place, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to chat with you guys because both of you have really interesting backgrounds that led you to your positions
Yeah.
currently.
Yeah.
Can you give yourself your little elevator pitch? Introduce yourself to the
Ooh.
people. Both
go
of you.
first?
You want to?
Sure, I'll go first. Will, gay, quadruplet, New Jerseyan.
Quadruplet is wild.
Yes, Laura
lot of
Runnels.
lore.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
It's crazy. A fun fact that I'll always have. Thank God. 3 other siblings.
And you should see his mom. She's tiny.
Yeah.
I don't know how she
gorgeous
carried all
woman.
4.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how she did it either.
Kate Gosselin wishes.
No, yeah, right. I wish I had a TV show for that too.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, gosh, what's to say? Work in content creation, social media.
Yeah.
I've always been passionate about it. Theatrically trained, as I might have to
Rejected
mention.
from Tisch School of the
Rejected
Art.
from the Tisch School of the
Ooh,
Arts.
that's tough.
It was tough.
Yeah.
I love comedy. I'm doing stand-up comedy now.
Oh my God, so fun.
But what led me here? I've worked at Peacock. I've worked at the coconut water company, Vita Coco. I was
With Crystal Kung Minkoff? Is that her Vita Coco?
No, you know what? When she would bring that up all the time, I'm like, bitch, what? Coconut water company are you working at?
Yeah,
because
what?
There's just Vita Coco. There's like a few others like Harmless Harvest. And,
Okay.
But I was like, I've never heard of you. We would never do it.
Clock it, Crystal.
I was
like-
never in those meetings.
I was like, Crystal Minkoff, I've never done a SWOT analysis on your company. I've done it on a few others, but not yours. So yeah, not at her company. And then I was a bartender on the Jersey Shore many years ago.
Oh my God.
That was
during COVID.
beautiful.
Thank you.
That was a perfect elevator pitch.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel alive.
That's
by
a
it.
tough act to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm nervous. Eleni, woman.
Oh.
I don't know what to say.
This is your introductory on like next.
Woman.
Like what we were talking
One
about earlier.
sibling.
Straight. You're forgetting. Or
Straight.
maybe you're ambiguous. No.
Sure, who knows?
Yeah.
Still figuring it out.
Don't knock till you try it.
Yeah, you know. What do I say now?
Your background. How did you get to
yeah.
working
Okay.
at Betches?
I was a reality TV producer for many years.
We need to talk about this.
Needed health insurance. Switched to social media. Work here. Run the Betches Instagram with Will, and we
Yeah.
host our podcast Blabbermouths.
Oh
Yes.
yes, that too.
Yes, you guys
Thank
are Blabbermouths. We yapped for a really long
Yeah,
time.
we
we talked
blabbed.
about everything.
We prefer the term blabbed, Hayden.
Sorry. Is that
Sorry.
cultural
See
appropriation? Sorry. My bad. I don't want to offend anybody.
Please excuse him. We're his podcast.
Oh, you're right.
No, right. No,
You're a guest.
Hey, but you guys are like family now.
We're
Yeah.
family now.
We've gotten close over these
Yeah.
over this
This is
last
my cousin.
hour.
I know we've literally turned our parasocial relationship into something so
No,
real.
truly, and I love that. The best relationships come from stalking each other online.
I love that.
100%.
In my opinion.
Yes.
That's what I feel.
I
So
agree.
how did you guys get into the world of content? Were you guys always like people that were interested in social media, in content creation, or like did you kind of fall into it?
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
Oh, I had an incident happen to me.
Okay.
I guess I should have brought that up in my elevator pitch.
Sure. Yeah.
I went viral for this like thing about Adele.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you know
We
that?
need to talk about this, yes.
I'm like, did you know that about
Yes,
me?
I did know this about
Obviously,
you.
like we talked about at Christmas because you're my cousin. But I went viral for this Adele thing and like overnight got like 40,000 followers.
What? Explain the Adele thing.
Yeah.
So I love Adele.
Of course.
And I wanted to see her in concert because I knew she was going to take a hiatus. And I was like, because she had said, I want to raise my son.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I need to see this woman perform. Like, I need to sing the full discography. And so I bought tickets in New York to see her at Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
I got them on Craigslist. They were fake.
Yep. That'll do it.
That will do it.
Yeah.
And
you
so
shouldn't have trusted
didn't see her. And then I got them in DC, was like stuck in traffic, didn't make it. Got them in. I had like
Heartbreaking.
one other one. I've lost track. But basically, then I had a wedding in Ireland and she was performing like one final show in London. And so I bought tickets and I was just like, Mom, we have to stop in London on our way to this
we're just going to
wedding.
make it happen.
Yeah.
And I flew on the cardboard airplane. Does anyone remember WOW Airlines?
Yeah.
I've never.
Scary.
It was lit. The whole
Scary.
flight, I was like,
Is
fucking adrenaline in a dream.
Is it like Spirit Sister, basically?
It is below that.
It is.
Oh.
It is lower
It
than
is
Spirit.
lower than that. Well,
Yeah.
there isn't even a table.
Oh, Jesus.
There's not even like
Yeah,
a table.
it's really scary.
No bags, nothing. You can't even like pay for a bag. There was nothing.
That's
And no food, water, no water.
No, you don't
That's-
get.
Yeah,
You don't get
nothing.
anything.
you're
For
you're
a
raw
whole-
dogging.
yeah.
You're
You are
taking
raw
raw
dogging.
dogging.
And it was
flights to
$100
whole new-
flight to London,
Okay,
and it was just
listen.
carrying me there.
I'm okay with that. I'll take
The things we
$100,
do
but-
for Adele.
The things
Yeah.
to do for Adele. So flew there, and when the morning of the show, she canceled, and I had flown all the way there, devastated.
She's already crying.
I was like, oh my
No,
God.
it's like you're bringing you back. Trauma. Sorry.
Trauma. She canceled, and it was the worst day of my life. And then I like posted a video at that time, but it was not I posted on Facebook, and it went like viral on Facebook. It got 11,000 views, and I was like, "Whoa,
You're like,
mama,
what's
famous.
happening?
hi, yeah, my life's
yeah.
about to change forever." No, but I had a friend who worked at the Ellen show.
Okay.
And I was like, pitch this. And she pitched it. And it was like, Adele wasn't doing press. It just like, there was no story there. And so then whatever, she went away. And then she came back like 6 years later and announced her Vegas residency.
Yeah.
And I tried to get tickets that couldn't because it was like impossible.
Yeah.
And then my family had gotten them and surprised me at Christmas with them.
Oh my God.
So
We love our family.
we love sometimes. And they did one nice thing for me once, and we go to Vegas, and she canceled again. And when it happened, I was
God.
like,
At any point did you get like? Were you like pissed at her?
How can you not be?
no, because I kind of
You're a
maybe
bigger
because I'm like
person
in
than
the
I am.
industry, I'm like, yeah, shit happens.
Yeah.
But I more couldn't. I thought it was a joke. Like when people were like texting me and like she canceled, I literally wrote, haha, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this isn't
Like this
happening
isn't
again.
real.
Yeah.
And I think I was more pissed because I hate Vegas. And I was
Yeah,
like, I
you're
can't
like,
believe
why
I'm
am I
like just
here?
in Vegas.
Just here.
What the fuck do I do here now? And I saw fucking Magic Mike and I was like, ugh.
Didn't
Oh,
hit the
God.
same way.
Yeah, I wanted to be singing fucking Sapphires the Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I made a video. That time I made a video and TikTok was happening.
Yes.
And I made a video and it just like instantly went viral.
That's insane.
And then I went on a little press tour. And
I love
then
that.
Adele FaceTimed you.
Adele FaceTimed me.
Yeah.
Casual.
Casual.
Did she apologize?
She was really apologetic, and I felt bad.
You're
I
like,
was
"You don't need to
I was
apologize
like,
to
no
me."
worries,
Yeah,
babe.
you're
No,
like,
no worries, babe. It's like whatever. And then she like flew me out to have wine with her in this like little intimate setting.
Yep.
And then she got me to her next show, and then I got a lot of followers overnight from
Yeah.
that. It was like I woke up the next morning and there was like 50,000 people there.
That's crazy.
And I was like, oh, I have to build momentum on
Yeah,
this.
you gotta feed into it.
I was like, this don't come often. So I posted a video about my job at the time, which was working in Housewives.
Yeah.
And that really stuck.
Yeah.
People,
It was a good gift.
I was like, oh, people like this.
yeah,
For sure.
And then I was posting all that. And then I just started doing social media. And then now
Yeah.
I don't work there anymore.
Yeah. But now you're still doing social
And now
media.
I
now
work
we're
in
in
social,
social
media.
media.
Bitches,
Yeah.
yeah. And so it got me my job here and
Yeah.
yada, yada.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. And what about your
Gosh,
origin story?
mine's. I wish I was a viral sensation.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm
You're like, I'm gonna have to
I'm not
fire
sorry,
that up.
I'm just being a woman.
That's
I'm not sorry for my success.
I just said it. Don't say sorry.
I'm sorry that Adele called me.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry
yeah,
that
right.
I paid a bunch of money to see her and bought big tickets and didn't.
Well, my career was a little different. It was similar timelines though. Like in the sense, I remember seeing this. We knew each other a little bit briefly around that time, and I was like, damn. Why can't that happen to me?
Yeah,
I want
right.
Lady Gaga to do this to me. But I remember was finishing school in COVID. I was getting my master's, and I also didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was like, I want to do something with social. I was in school for theater. But I knew I was not that good at acting. I was like, this is not going to take me far.
Yeah.
But I knew I liked comedy a little bit. And so I would like to do social media. My parents call me a social media terrorist. Like, they're like, William, you're terrorizing the world. You're terrorizing our family. And I couldn't get a job. So I was a COVID, not instructor. What is that? A
COVID instructor?
tester. I was a COVID
Caller.
I was a COVID compliance officer
Wow.
for the state of New Jersey and the Stone Center Hospital in New Jersey. And I was like, okay, you got to do what you got to do.
do what you gotta do to make
I
these
was
money,
getting that
honey.
money. I was getting that check. And
Will
I
was yapping.
I was like, they'd be like, William, you need to like wrap it up with the patients. So I'm like, no, Susan, she's gonna bring chocolate to me for the COVID test. Like, we had a really good time getting to know each other.
we're
They're
best
like,
friends now.
No, they're literally like, hang up the phone. And then I was also working on the Jersey Shore as a server bartender at a shore restaurant. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I couldn't really figure out, like, respect to service workers, respect to all different careers. But I was like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And then I enter Vita Coco. I had a mutual friend, Lane. She was working there, and she's like, listen, I know you're talented. The best I can offer you right now is an internship. I was 26 being offered. I had an MBA internship, and I probably am in the Guinness World Record book of being the oldest, longest running intern.
I don't know. Sonia Morgan had some interns that were
Yeah.
up
You
there.
know what? You're so right. I'm competing with them for that title.
Exactly.
And essentially, I was just like, fuck it, like, let's do it. I was the intern for like 9 months there, had so much fun. It renewed my interest in social media. We were doing so much. A little virality when Kim Petras came out with a song called Coconuts.
Yes.
We immediately were like, let's do something. It's fun. And we were immediately making videos and whatnot and contacted her, and she worked with us, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, okay, I need to really go into the entertainment world. I went to Peacock after that. Loved it because I worked a lot on greenlighting shows at Peacock. So it was really cool to be in kind of the development meetings and like helping decide what shows are going to be on the calendar year for Peacock. So like we'd get a roadmap. I had a roadmap through 2026 when I was there. So we were like seeing what's to come.
That's so cool.
And it was like, you know, knowing when Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip was being released. Like I was there for the inception of that, or like the forgotten season of Morocco. I watched
my
it.
God, R.I.P.
R.I.P. I can't unfortunately talk too much about it because of my NDA, but I was able to be in the decision room where that was going to be aired or not, and watching clips of it to make that decision, which was insane. And then
And he got a free Peacock account,
And I
which
got-
I have the login to.
yeah, she has a login too. And they
That's true friendship.
that's true friendship.
My mom the other day was like, "Do we have Peacock?" I was like, "I do."
Yeah, Will
You don't.
No, that's when you go. Will does.
I said Will does, but I can't give you the login.
I honestly forget it. And
Oh, I have it in our search text.
oh, sure.
Just like,
You're like, I need it
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah, and they actually still, I have the employee discount still, so I'm not paying for it right now.
Me
so,
either.
sorry, Peacock. Yeah,
Sorry, Peacock.
Sorry, Peacock.
We sorry.
But I loved working there because I was like, oh, this is where I'm going to be. This is going to get me on SNL. What?
Yeah.
And I loved it just because it scratched that itch of like being in that
Yeah.
world and helping develop those shows, or like and I felt like I met through so many of like the housewives, but also that's how we actually, our bond became closer, because she would be at events that I was working, or we would be invited to the same ones, and that was really cool to be in that world. And then I was like, you know what, I need to change again, because it wasn't social media. It was like no longer serving its purpose. And Eleni was here. And she's like, I think this job would really be good for you. You know, send like, I'll refer you. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
wish me luck. And
huge mistake.
huge mistake.
Like now I'm stuck with him every day.
Yeah, right.
And then they were like, "Oh, you should have a podcast with them." I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
Like, no.
No, they're like, no.
Not this.
And honestly, it's renewed my love even more for social media, because working here, it's like you have to kind of be an on-call doctor for pop culture.
Yeah, that's what you guys didn't know. You're like me.
exhausting.
We know everything, and
Yeah.
you don't know. And I don't know how you guys verbalize it and put it into content. Like it's actually kind of insane for
Oh,
me.
you said, maybe you said it on our other podcast, but you were like, I'm not going to wait up for a Taylor Swift countdown clock.
Yeah.
We
In my head, I
don't
go,
want to,
Yeah,
but we have to.
Our
Yeah.
job requires us to.
We had to
No,
watch that
truly.
whole ass fucking 2 hours
Of
New
New
Heights
podcast.
Oh my God. God
Literally
bless.
insane.
We are we're the first responders.
We're the first
You guys are
responders.
genuinely like reporting news on pop culture, because Betches, the main account, like reports on literally everything and anything that's under the sun
Quite
in terms of
literally.
like pop culture. So you really have to have your finger on the pulse of all these different niches
Yes.
of sorts.
And I just want to talk about my niche hyperfixations, but no one wants to talk about those.
Yeah.
Yeah, like who is it? Hot Bob?
Uncle Bob.
Uncle
Yeah.
Bob.
He's not making the main
Do you girls
Instagram.
know Uncle Bob on this podcast?
Yeah.
Because on the other one, people didn't
You
know.
guys need to comment below if you
Yeah.
know.
If you know Uncle Bob, DM me.
We did
Yeah.
not. It wasn't for the gays.
No.
It's
Okay.
for the straights, but that's okay.
It could be for the gays if we find out.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
gay.
Uncle Bob has a chance.
We'll have to determine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I need to hear some of your guys' because I'm just a huge housewife fan. So me
Yes.
personally, I need, because you guys have worked with housewives. You know like the inner workings of them.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
been
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Do you guys have any horror stories? Any
my
great
gosh.
stories?
mil-
You
Millions.
definitely have a good horror story.
I'm like, where do I begin?
Yeah.
Well, so I used to be a producer on Housewives.
Okay.
And my job on that show was
Are you just like wrangling cattle?
Basically, I would say that when the compliment I got with Adele, they were like, "Oh, you know how to talk to her so well, you weren't nervous," and it literally was like, "This is just how I speak to the housewives."
Yeah. It's like,
It's just like the craziest women you've ever met.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I started off, I was an intern at Bravo.
Okay.
And then I worked on some reunions, and then I was a logger on Orange County, which is like every single scene ever that is filmed is typed. So it's like, yeah.
What?
Yeah, they type. I have
You have to type out.
novels.
You have
I
to type out Little
yeah,
Family
remember
Van.
that scene I was telling you about? I got a whole novel.
Yeah.
I was so like I would just type notes. It would just be like blah 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 talked, and then
Yeah.
they fought, and then someone threw something. And then you would turn that at night into a summary, which
Okay.
you would then send to the network, which is like where Will is at
Yeah.
Peacock. And that way the network knew what was going on because they weren't there.
So they're like briefings.
Yeah, basically. It's a little short story.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't have ChatGPT then. But now, it used to take a lot of fucking time because, I'm like, back in the day, kids, we didn't have ChatGPT.
Way back when.
I would write these notes, and at the end of the night, I would have to like write these fucking summaries. Which
Yeah.
now I bet you the girlies just
plug it
paste
into
and like
ChatGPT.
make this.
they
into
probably
a summary.
record it and just go ChatGPT, make this a transcript.
They never
No,
recorded
literally.
it. I don't know why. It was always typed.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'd be like, "Don't put that in because we don't want the network to know that."
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Peed their
XYZ
pants.
happened.
Yeah, right.
After they were
Sure.
drunk. So I worked on that, and then I started being a segment producer, which is like you plan everything,
Okay.
every scene, every date, every trip.
That's crazy.
So that's
Yeah.
why I was telling you I worked on Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like when we go on a trip, I would be the one who books the Sprinter van. I have Kenny's number.
Insane.
Sweetheart.
Insane.
Or like I'd book the trip or the restaurant or the activity.
ice sculptures.
The
Yeah.
ice sculptures. So do you have a favorite franchise?
Oh, I mean, right now, Salt Lake City, Miami.
Sure. Yeah. I love
It's
it.
easier for me to talk about if I have one of your faves.
Well, New York was like my OG
Okay,
favorite.
yeah.
Like when the
I haven't watched the new. I
Yeah.
haven't been a part of the new one.
yeah.
New
So as
set.
people that work in the world
Yeah.
of the housewives, like, are you entertained by them anymore, or do you kind of have like, are you removed from it?
I think like you probably have more trauma and whatnot. I think sometimes for me, as like we used to get a lot of the like I'd be on production calendars or learning of like what's happening and stuff, or they'd send us episodes and we weren't like editing them, but we would have them as just to know what's going on in the season.
Yeah.
Especially to help us inform like, okay, if it's gonna become a Peacock show or Bravo show, what that
Here's
would
how
look
we're gonna
like.
market it.
How we're gonna market it, when will it release. So I think sometimes it just brings me back to like the stress of trying to help come up with ideas to strategize behind it.
Yeah.
So it's not as much as like, oh my gosh, this person, but some of the housewives, when you meet them, you're like Countess Luann, love her, but she's the biggest diva. I feel like she. You
don't have to tell me that.
Well, yeah,
I
you know.
mean, that you can see. You can tell
see.
that.
And like you think like, oh, that's so cool that you meet her, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, hi, Luann. She's like, who are you? And then she turns away from you. She's
No.
like, no interest.
Kinda
in you.
dehumanizing.
Which is crazy because there's housewives who like when they're doing press or when they're in public settings, obviously you act differently.
Yes.
Whereas like I'm with them like at like 7 a.m. while we're going on an
Intimately.
all girls trip and they're like, "Where are my chia seeds, bitch?" I'm like, "Here they are." They're like, "These have blueberries," and I'm like, "I'm sorry.
Christ.
This is the only one I could get."
Yeah,
And they're
literally.
like, "This is fucking torture."
Yeah, no, I
I'm
can
like,
only
okay.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very dramatic.
Yeah.
So what you see is what you get with
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
definitely how they appear is how they are.
Yeah.
I definitely I feel like I have different, like Dylan, who has the Bravo podcast. We sometimes compare notes about like what he thinks of people.
Yeah.
And he's like, "They were lovely to me." I'm like, "Yeah, of course they were
They're
lovely
impressed.
to you."
Yeah.
They were a cunt.
You were like,
can say it on this show
oh,
to
you
me.
can say anything on this show.
There was one, I won't say her name, but we were in Miami where she lives.
Oh.
So she should know how the weather acts.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to the scene and she goes, "You didn't tell me this was outside." I'm like, "It's Miami. babe."
Most things are.
We're
babe.
outside.
She goes, "It's hot. I wouldn't have worn this blazer." And I was like, I
Christ.
can't speak to how you woke up and
You're like, I'm
decided
sorry,
to
I
dress
didn't dress
yourself
yourself.
today.
I didn't dress you
She's
this
like, "Well, I
morning."
can't do the scene." I'm like, "God."
You're like, I am not. You are not my toddler. I do
Yeah.
not choose what you wear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, I actually didn't dress you."
Yeah.
And and then that's when they get
You're kind of
diva.
like I feel like you've explained to me sometimes. It's like as a producer, it's like it's producer by title, but you're babysitting them.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like literally
and I don't
babysitting
mean that
grown
to
women.
disrespect.
No.
Like you
It's
are
people
doing
work.
your
Yeah.
work, but then you're babysitting.
I
a lot.
worked at a preschool in high school, and I will say Housewives was way harder than fucking nap time at the preschool.
Yeah,
But
right.
they probably had a lot of similar
Characteristics
characteristics of the job.
I'm trying to think of some good specific stories. What other franchises do you like?
Every single one. Like
Okay, everyone.
OC, Salt
I can tell my
Lake,
Jen Shaw
New York.
story, and then maybe I'll do a new one because I feel like you
I'm always-
gotta have get a new one.
Well,
What's the Jen Shaw? The Jen Shaw story is the
So I
what is
was
it?
there during the arrest.
You were there.
I was there.
On the scene.
I was there.
At Beauty Lab and
I was
Laser.
rare, I remember it.
gosh.
I tell this story on every podcast.
Yeah.
And so I feel like
Give me the abridged version. Like
no,
the quick.
no,
yeah,
I'm just
good
like
abridged version.
if you're a huge fan of me and you're here at this podcast, I'm sorry I always tell the
Oh,
story.
good Lord.
But so
You were at Beauty Lab and Laser.
Yeah.
yeah, and the fun lore with that is that production wise, the reason that all happened in the Beauty Lab and Laser parking lot was a mistake that I actually made. When you are filming like with a Sprinter van, you need a permit wherever you're filming that. So like the Sprinter van can't just like pick up at like Lisa's house. Like you would have to get a permit from her HOA.
Okay.
And so I was supposed to get a permit for it to be at this like park and ride or something. It was supposed to be somewhere else.
Okay.
And something fucked up with the permit. I think I fucked it up. I don't know. And we had a permit for Beauty Lab and Laser from filming because we get like blanket permits if we're somewhere constantly.
Yeah.
And so it's like their houses or their businesses and we're always there. So they were like the night before they were like, okay, we can do it the Beauty Lab Laser parking lot because we have the permit there.
Yeah.
And that was why we were in the Beauty Lab and Laser parking lot, which ended up being such an iconic thing. Like
Yeah.
I cannot imagine
Literally
anywhere else.
insane.
But it's funny, like you don't realize like the little things
You
behind
don't
it.
realize the logistics of it all.
Yeah.
So I feel like I watch Housewives now less in like distaste and hatred, but more in like I know the logistics.
Yeah. Like
So
you're watching it through a producer's
Yeah.
lens.
I'm more like, oh, this was 3 minutes, like because I would go through hell for things that then I would watch and be like, oh, that was 30 seconds of television.
Right.
Made me cry. For
Like the
4
conversation
days.
that the Miami housewife
Yeah.
had was probably like a minute and 30
Yeah.
seconds,
Yeah.
but you were
Yeah,
there
no.
for like 4 hours.
Yeah, I got yelled at for that permit and I
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm glad it was the most iconic moment in Bravo history for you.
No, literally. I'm sorry.
no, yeah,
I'm sorry
no
for feeling that way,
problem.
but like I
Whatever.
just do.
And now it's paid off. That the
Yeah,
permit
sure.
messing up.
Yeah.
Well, it's also probably helpful for like your
fun
your
dinner
work
party.
now. Your work now too.
Yeah.
Like you like know like you need to know
Yeah.
a lot of logistics and
Yeah.
stuff and like the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And, like, we're also invested in pop culture now.
Yeah.
We just did a live show and I feel like I was like, I know how to do this.
Yeah,
Eleni
right.
was
Because
like,
I've thought of everything wrong.
Yeah.
They always forget the forks. Whenever someone throws a dinner party,
That's
you
a pro
forget
tip.
the forks.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Good to know. Take
Don't
notes.
forget the forks.
They didn't forget the forks at City Wineries.
They did.
was
Well,
good.
that was a restaurant, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, basically, we were in the Beauty Lab and Laser parking lot. I was there that morning getting Kenny set up and everything and being
Okay.
like, they'll be here at this time. You park it here. They're going to get on. We had to put the GoPros on and stuff. So I'm there while they're putting the GoPros on. And then I left to go ahead to Vail.
Okay.
Because I'm also planning the trip. And in my world at the time, we were having a huge problem because Vail, like filming permits, the city of Vail like owns everything there or something. I don't
Okay.
know. Like,
So it's hard to find. It's hard to find like restaurants and stuff to film at.
This was like I don't know why the executive producer, the network wanted to go to Vail, but Vail didn't want us there.
They're like,
They were like, get the hell out.
Vail did not. The city of Vail was like, you absolutely can't film here.
It's
Yeah.
giving Seaside and Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
They're like, get out of here.
Yeah.
You're no longer welcome.
Which was really hard when Vail owned everything. Because like the way the contracts work is like the highest person, if it's a huge conglomerate, you don't want to film there because like the highest person up has to like sign this
And they're never
NBC
gonna.
Universal
Yeah.
document that they're like, we don't want to sign this.
Yeah.
And so Vail was like, no one is signing this anywhere. No restaurants, nothing. And so we had to stay at like this like Airbnb house thing outside of Vail.
So you're in the boonies.
Yeah.
So, and this was all being planned like the day before. So we're like, I'm busy worrying about the fucking house and the
Yeah, you're
whatever.
like, I can't worry about what's going on in the
Yeah,
van.
No.
and we couldn't get any restaurants to let us film because they're all owned by the city of Vail. So I found a Hilton outside of Vail where we could use the ballroom in the Hilton for a dinner party, but I had to bring in everything. So I had to like, bring in the tables, bring in the vendors, bring in the food, and make
my
it
God.
look like
Call the ice sculptures.
yeah. And you want it to be real nice if we could just go to a restaurant. We had to like whatever recreate it. So I'm doing that. So I'm on my way to Vail while I'm like obviously like texting and driving, which is awful, but like I had a very busy job.
Good Lord.
But I'm like doing that, and all of a sudden my group chat starts being like the way it went was like, did someone send strippers here and you didn't tell us, because that would have been my job. Like if one of the housewives wanted to hire strippers, she would have had to ask me and I would have had to tell production.
Yeah.
So they know.
Okay.
So they were like, you didn't tell us that like there was like surprise strippers coming. And I'm like, what? I'm like, there's no surprise strippers. There's no surprise strippers. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no surprise strippers. And then they were like, wait, no, actually they might be real.
So this is just as chaotic behind the scenes as it is on camera.
Behind the scenes, I'm being yelled at for not informing them that Jen had strippers.
And it's just
because Jen was my cast member.
It's just the FBI.
It's just the FBI showing up.
We were like assigned cast members and Jen was mine. And they were like, you didn't tell us that Jen was doing these surprise strippers. I was like, I didn't.
Like Jen didn't know she was doing surprise strippers.
Yeah, Jen didn't know she was because she just left.
Yeah.
And so then they were like, no, actually, I think they're real. They're saying they're not strippers. And then it turns out they really were the FBI and Homeland Security.
Yeah.
That's
And then
insane.
They came and they left. And then we were like, what the fuck just happened? Should we go on without her? We were like, yeah, let's just go. So we're driving, and Vail is like, the whole drive there is a bunch of dead zones. So there was like 3 hours of like no communication. And
Lisa
I remember
Barlow's calling her lawyers.
well, I don't know how she fucking did that. We must have gotten to I remember we all got to a patch where we had service.
Okay.
And then we all found out when like TMZ reported it.
Reporting
That's
everything,
crazy.
And I was like, wait, is the party I'm planning at the Hilton not happening?
Oh my God. Yeah.
You're like, more importantly, like, do I need to get these tables out of here?
Yeah, right.
And in my world, my boss had been like, this doesn't look like Housewives. This doesn't look like Bravo. This looks like a ballroom. I'm like, well, this is a fucking ballroom.
Like, I'm sorry, we're at a Hilton Garden Inn.
We're in a Golden Garden because the city of Vail won't let us film here, and you decided we still are going to come here.
Literally.
And so at the time, I had found the guy who did Disney on Ice, and I had paid him like,
oh my God.
As one does.
As one does.
You just find him.
I had paid him like tens of thousands of dollars to. I was like, you need to make this look not like a ballroom. You need to make this look like an ice room.
Yeah.
So he had all through the night. He had been working through the night building an ice bar, ice tables, ice chairs, like a whole ice
Poor
room.
ice guy.
And so I'm like walking in, like I'm gonna fucking
it's gonna
transform
be
this motherfucking
incredible,
ballroom.
yes.
So I'm on that, and then they're like, oh, Jen's arrested. We're on this phone call with like Bravo executives, and everyone's on mute talking about the fate of her life and what we should do. Should we still go to Vail? Should we go film at her house? What should we do? And I unmute myself on a call with like 30 people, like executives who are like paid way more than me. And I'm like, just want to confirm, is the ice party not happening?
You're like, more importantly.
Yeah. And my boss is like, of course the ice party's not fucking happening.
Oh my God.
Like, perfect. So I'm in a Hilton ballroom with ice and the Iceman. And
Outside of Vail, Colorado.
Outside of Vail, Colorado, on the outskirts. And I just look at him and I was like, I will still pay you, sir, but this party isn't happening.
Yeah, we're going to have to
Yeah, we're going
deconstruct
to
all
stop
this.
it. It's not happening. And he literally he looks at me and just goes, hang in there.
Oh my
And I was
God.
like,
Literally.
okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
What a wild life to live.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
These are the things we don't think of. Like when I'm watching,
Yeah,
like
you don't
I don't
realize.
think of it.
The
that-
lives behind the camera
Yeah.
and how they get there and why it's
there
like
are
that.
people involved who are suffering.
Well, no,
Yes.
that you guys are the ones who are like really running the show. Because
Yeah.
you look at Housewives and you're like, someone comes in, they're like, I want to plan
Oh, yeah,
girls,
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
go to here, like blah blah blah. Like we're going to like Angie's planning a trip to Greece.
Yeah.
I'm
Which,
like,
don't even get me started because
who is doing that behind the scenes?
I'm Greek. And
so-
I have Angie lore.
Yeah.
But I worked on Housewives for many years, and every time they would do a trip, I was like, please can we go to Greece? Please don't go to Greece.
Yeah.
Please pitch to the network Greece. Please.
now you're not there.
They're like, it just doesn't make sense for anyone. I'm like, okay, but
It makes sense for Angie.
It makes sense for Angie, and I'm pissed.
Yeah, I would.
I'm
Why
not
don't
a
you
part of
text-
it.
You should text Angie and be like,
I
hey,
did text
do you want
her.
me to be a segment producer?
Yeah,
for Greece?
or I'll
Well,
come
she's
and
not
be
in
a
charge of
friend
that.
of.
Be a
But-
friend of.
Yeah, you can come in with some lore.
When I was on Salt Lake during that season with Jen, she went to my church. There's only one Greek church. There's a lot of Greeks there.
Yeah.
And whenever, I'm not like super religious, but whenever I would travel for work a lot, which I used to, I would find like the Greek church wherever I was
'Cause there's, like,
traveling.
community
it's
there.
community.
Yeah.
I'll meet some friends.
Totally.
Like, I used to not have any permanence anywhere. And so
There you go.
I met her and everyone was like, oh, you're filming Housewives. You have to meet this woman. She's so fabulous. And
Yeah.
she owns these like hair salons and she's so interesting. And
Yeah.
she's so crazy and she's so rich.
All
And
true. Love
I met her and she was like, oh yeah, I auditioned for the show. I didn't get it. I like went to high school or whatever with Heather. I know Lisa through business. She though actually was really good friends with Jen. Really
Okay.
good friends. And we like filmed something with her, but then Jen got arrested. So it didn't make
Makes
sense
sense,
like
yeah.
why she'd be there. And then And then she got on the season after me.
Yeah.
And I was like, good for her. Because she
Happy
had been
for
wanting
her.
that.
We love that.
She was in the background.
Okay.
There's like some, now I've seen on Twitter too, like some clips from Bravo of her not being
She was
with
like
Jen,
doing Jen's hair or
Yes,
something. And
her
I
and,
saw that.
yeah.
She was like in an interview or something and you
Yeah.
can hear her voice in it.
yeah,
So,
I saw that too.
My season, her Lisa's son was doing like the men's hair care brand.
okay.
Oh,
And that was like in
Lone
her
Oh, yeah.
salon.
Great Lone Wolf, Grey Wolf.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
So I met
Great Wolf
her.
Lodge.
Yeah, Great Wolf Lodge. Wolf Man.
Glad
Yeah.
that they're expanding their business.
Totally.
That was at Angie's salon, and we
Okay.
so we would
That's
film
cool.
at her salon during that season because it was Lisa's storyline. Was
Yeah.
like the kids in their hair.
Well, that's what I appreciate.
Wow, that's so interesting.
I'm cutting
No,
you
no,
off.
no.
I was gonna say that's what I appreciate, at least about the Salt Lake Ladies, the Salt Lake City ladies. Like as you were sharing, like a lot of them know each other. Like you truly see that in this show. That like I think a lot of lost art form for reality TV stars. It's like not many of them know each other, but just throw them in a group. But Salt Lake is a great cast
Yeah,
of women.
they're intertwined.
They're intertwined outside of the camera world, and I find that so fascinating and more believable, obviously, but also just more fun to
Yeah.
watch.
It
Yeah, I
was
agree.
interesting too to see like the internet reaction to things, like or
Yeah.
even like the rumors.
Did you know when you were filming, when like that whole all that was happening, like Jen getting arrested, like were you like, oh shit, this is gonna break the internet?
I knew that this was a reality
Gonna be
TV
big.
god moment.
Yeah.
I didn't know it would break the internet. Like I didn't know Lisa was gonna call her lawyer. Like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
all
wasn't
that.
there for
Yeah.
that. But when it happened, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, this is gonna
Gonna be
make the
huge.
season.
Yeah.
I had one other moment like that when I was on Miami. Do you watch Miami?
Yeah.
We found out about Lenny leaving Lisa like in the
Oh,
moment.
yeah.
And,
Oh,
we,
yeah.
and we were like, oh, we have our season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
make the
This
Your
is our
book
season.
aspect of
Yeah.
it, yeah.
And that was another
That's kind of
moment
probably
where it
must
was
be
like
a
crazy.
great moment as a
Yeah.
producer. You're like,
Yeah,
all right,
like-
we have the storyline.
Yeah,
for the season.
yeah, yeah.
And
It
that was
unfolds.
extra crazy because they were like, Lenny's leaving Lisa for another woman. We don't have enough cameras. Could just one of you go over with an iPhone and film them alone? And so I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. And my friend John, who's a producer on the show, he went and he was just alone while Lenny is leaving Lisa, and he's just alone with like
that
an
camera.
iPhone.
Wait, isn't this?
Most
he
of
kick
the-
him. He tries to kick him out, right? When he's packing up, or is that a different scene?
I don't. All the Lenny and Lisa scenes from that season are like John alone.
That
with
is
the
Yeah.
iPhone,
insane.
That's so funny.
which is crazy.
Again,
Yeah.
things you don't think about.
No,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my god.
It's
I
just
wanna-
John being like,
Are you
more
okay?
about why you're leaving her.
Can you speak a
Yeah.
little louder?
And what's the name of the woman you're leaving her for?
Yeah, right. Oh my god.
Can you get that one more
And
time?
I'm like, and then he's like, text me, can you get a release form from this one?
that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! But now you guys like, let's pivot from Housewives to
Yeah.
more general pop culture.
Yeah.
Yes,
because
please.
obviously you guys talk a lot about like, your social media. You're
Yeah.
talking about everything going on in the world of pop culture.
Yeah.
What's like your favorite recent pop culture story?
Oh my
Do you guys
God.
have like a favorite thing? Like obviously right now what's going on top of mind is like Nicki and Cardi beef, Taylor Swift's new album.
Yeah.
Is there anything that like has happened in the recent months where you're like,
Yeah.
this has been entertaining us?
I was gonna bring up when we briefly were talking in between our pod swap, the Nicki Cardi beef has been fascinating to me.
Yeah.
because I don't know if you know this, but
I
they,
don't.
Yeah, she's like that. I'm like, of course.
You're like, I'll feed you the
I'll
information.
feed you the information for this. But I find it so interesting because their beef runs so deep from
Mm-hmm.
years ago when Cardi B was coming on the scene, and like how Nicki Minaj, was already terrorizing all the other female rap girlies, like 'cause she
Mm-hmm.
was the solo one for so long, and seeing them go at each other right now
It's
on
really
Twitter,
cutthroat.
It's
What's
cutthroat.
happening?
They're bringing each other's kids
They're
into
bringing
it.
their kids into it. Oh my god,
It's really intense.
and it, as much as I don't condone it at all, it's kind of bringing the fun back of Twitter beefs. Like we
Right.
don't
Yeah,
have that.
we don't.
Like nobody uses Twitter. Like Twitter used to be a place where it was literally like you would tweet random thoughts or stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like people keep bringing up Travis Kelce tweets about like, oh, a squirrel. Like I can't remember exactly what the tweet was.
No, I know
but
what
you
you're
know what I'm
talking
talking about.
about,
And
yeah.
it's like people are criticizing him for this stupid tweet, and I'm like, people are this is a dying art form because it used to be a place where people were
Oh my
like
God, yeah.
actually tweeting their thoughts. Celebrities were like that was our window into
Yeah.
their
Chrissy Teigen on
Chrissy-
Twitter, she
Yes.
was crazy.
She was-
The housewives used to fight on Twitter
Yeah,
with each other
right.
when they had
And-
the blogs.
Yes.
Like it was such a forgotten art
it's
form.
a
You're so
forgotten
right.
art form. And so I'm no shade to Nicki or Cardi or their families, but
Yeah.
it's been fun watching. Like we're watching a argument conversation that would never happen in front of us in real life, but we're watching it
I know.
unfold online.
We're seeing it in real life. It's
Yep.
amazing.
Which also is
But sad.
interesting to me
Sad.
because they are obviously like so big and like established celebrities, I'm surprised they don't have teams that are just like, I'm changing your Twitter password.
No, I know.
Right?
Like, I feel like if Adele had a little bit to drink and started doing that, they'd be like, let's just change her
It's
password.
kind of also like refreshing to know that like they do have control. Like
Yes.
like that's not an intern
Yeah.
posting for them. So that's kind of nice. Like
Not
they
a social media manager.
they are running
Hayden,
their
you're so
social media in
right.
some way.
Because it's like, I even think it's now just jogging my memory of like Lady Gaga would send subtweets. Like when Maroon 5 one time was like, recycling art is not actually true music or whatever. And Lady Gaga's like, the art police are here. She's tweeting them. And then like, I remember.
Who knew there was beef between Maroon 5 and Lady Gaga?
Right? Like way back. Oh, my mind runs so deep. Or like.
Charlie did write Kamala is brat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
At that moment. So it's like, right. Like those, like you said, it's refreshing to see that they are running these accounts, but we used to like see more of their personalities online and being able
Totally.
to understand that. So I miss that part of it for sure.
I know. What is the funniest and the worst part about working in like pop culture social media?
God.
I'm gonna give our example that we
Which one?
it's fun when it's like when the CEO thing happened.
Oh my God.
I felt a
Oh,
fire in
yeah.
my
Yeah.
heart. I was like,
This Coldplay
the
CEO.
Coldplay
Coldplay
CEO.
concert, yes.
I was like, I feel alive.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
We were fielding.
I was like,
yeah, it was
I was like giggling. I was like, Twitter is so Twittering.
You were
like,
on a
it's
high.
so funny.
we were like,
Yeah.
Slack was chaos.
That happens few and far between. That I felt that way with Luigi Mangione, but we couldn't post about it.
Yeah.
yeah, that was
And,
good post.
but I was giggling.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say during Wicked last year, we were like
Yeah.
really into Wicked.
Yeah.
And we
And our content was performing really. Anytime
Yeah.
we posted about Wicked, it did so
Oh
well.
yeah. Well, people are ride or die.
Yeah.
Me
And-
included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hard thing is when you're on a side of the internet where you're like internet girlying
Yeah.
or whatever, and then you post it on like Betches, which sometimes is a little bit more like mainstream.
Yeah.
And the girls weren't on the side of the internet that we were
were.
on, which was we were on the side of the internet that was like, wait, Ethan Slater is like kind of giving.
We kind of.
It's kinda
There was
cute.
almost we were on like a self-apology or apologize to Ethan Slater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter and TikTok.
He was
And we're
doing like the J HUD tunnel.
Yeah.
He was doing like interviews talking about Ariana, and he's like, I'll give her this friendship bracelet. And like all the tweets and the
Yeah.
TikToks
Yeah.
were like, wait, he's kind of so cute. So on a Sunday morning, we decided it was a great time to post.
I'll let you. You led the charge with that one. I was like, sure.
And you want to know what? It was me who wrote it.
Yeah.
And did press send and was like, we have to post this on a Sunday morning instead of enjoying my weekend.
Yeah. Right.
And we wrote, some of y'all owe Ethan Slater an apology.
Yeah.
And they annihilated us.
They were like,
Really?
We were getting
we
screenshot.
lost 10,000 followers.
Yep.
I had to delete it. It ended
It
up
got
on Reddit.
screenshot on Reddit. People were like, "Who the fuck?"
Reddit is scary.
Scary.
No,
They were like,
they're
what
like-
fucking idiot the bet just wrote this?
And then they go, "It must be a bunch of men running that account." I'm like, "Well, I am one of them, and I'm a gay man, and I'm not going
And
to
you're like,
apologize."
she wrote it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
It was the woman who wrote it.
Yeah.
Blame the woman.
Yeah. But if it was successful, it would have been like, we loved writing that tweet.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, we're like, actually, it was our Victorian child. He just
Wrote
got
it.
he
He
got the
does his own
password.
thing.
He has his
Yeah.
own thing.
And you want to, but then I was like, obviously I'm joking.
Yeah.
right.
And then they're like, you think it's fine for a man to leave his
I mean,
wife?
I think that's like the general consensus with the internet is like anything can be taken in any way and you don't have
So-
control over
No.
it. So it's like that's probably the worst
yeah, like
part
that's
about
what
we
it.
can
learned.
giggle about the CEO cheating on his wife, but not
but
Ethan
yeah,
Slater.
right.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I
we're,
didn't know
we're
the
so
rules.
choosy and picky
Yeah.
with what we're laughing
so,
about.
and you want to know what? I thought Ethan Slater was kind of cute.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Oh,
that's
that's a
a
hot
bad
take.
take.
What?
No, I
What's
don't-
wrong with? Oh my god!
I don't think he's that cute.
You don't know.
Let me live.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
just
think,
like, whatever. Maybe he didn't like his wife.
well, I think not to double
Clutching
down on
my
the
pearls.
apology for him, but I think that was a really good. That's been a good lesson running this account, like really learning that people take things very seriously and
Yeah,
they
they
make
do.
it deep enough that like sometimes you have to tune out that noise a little bit because you're trying to make a comment on pop culture and it's like it can go the wrong way, it can be taken out of context or like I think sometimes we are left with making decisions about what we
We don't have a legal system here.
yeah it's kind of
It's
like
not like legal has to approve it.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I
which-
think this is funny.
which
Yeah,
is
let's
nice,
post it.
because
Yeah.
I'm working in social media where when I worked at the coconut water company and even with Peacock, it was like you had to go through so many steps.
You were jumping through hoops,
You were
yeah.
jumping through a lot of hoops, and then by the end of it, you're like, this moment's gone. What
Mm-hmm.
are we even doing anymore? Which I think is so great working here. You're able to be.
You have to be super
You have to be
real-time.
so quick. You have to.
It is a blessing and a curse.
It's a blessing,
Yeah.
and sometimes we're the authors of those culture conversations. It's like, okay, we get to influence the conversation. We get to be at the start of it, which is really exciting. But then it's also like, okay, this might not go well. And you know what? Maybe we missed the mark on that one. Maybe our audience doesn't give a shit about this, or they're going to be.
Will's always trying to make them care about Katy Perry.
No. Only every once in a while. It's more.
We did touch on this on the other podcast, but Will is a Katy Perry fan.
I am.
Every day he's like, should we post this about
No,
Katy Perry?
I'm not
like,
every day. I sometimes Dua Lipa.
I'll accept Dua Lipa.
Thank you so much.
You're trying to make Dua Lipa happen for
and
sure.
she's happened, but I want to keep
How
happening.
dare you? He's like, how dare you?
But like the Betches audience is like,
Taylor Swift.
yeah,
Girly pops.
Girly pops, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And some gays in there.
girls.
Yeah, we love the gays. The audience loves the gays, so we like to post about the
What do
gays.
you guys think? I'm curious what you're looking forward to in 2026 in the terms of like pop culture. Is there any like moments that you're like, this is gonna be big?
I know
obviously Taylor Swift's wedding. Which
Oh, that's gonna be
huge.
crazy.
That's
gonna
gonna
be
be
insane.
crazy. I'm trying to think. We had a 2025 prediction
I'm
list.
excited about Wicked, obviously.
Of
course, Wicked's gonna be huge.
But that's happening this year.
It's gonna carry into
It's gonna,
2026.
of course.
Though.
I'm
The Oscar buzz of Ariana.
Oscar buzz. I'm excited. The Grammys also do really well for us too. When we post content about the nominations and it
Met
actually
Gala's
happens.
huge.
Award
Met Gala.
shows, yeah.
I'm excited to see what the discourse will be for the Grammys. Oscars I always love. Jennifer Lopez is in Kiss of a Spider Woman. Have you?
I've been looking at her press tour. She was like, Broadway was my first love, but people don't realize it. I'm like, how the fuck was Broadway your first love?
Also, okay, Nicole Scherzinger.
Yeah, right? Like, who do you think you are?
She's trying to Sunset Boulevard her way.
Yes.
She is. Big time.
I have to. You know what? You gotta give praise to those two women. Where they're. I think
They need to rest.
the two of them have been hustling, and they do the weird, like Nicole Scherzinger was Judge Unmasked Singer. That
Literally, so
blows-
random.
That like blows my mind. I'm like, oh, and now you're a Tony Award winning Sunset
I guess
Boulevard
never
actress.
give up.
Never give
Never
up.
give up.
You know what I'm looking
guess
forward
that's
in
the last
2026? The Pussycat Dolls will reunite. I have to believe it.
Ooh.
I'm a huge fan. I had a hot take, bizarre
rough.
take, and I'm looking forward to that.
I would love that. You know what I think is going to happen in 2026?
Please.
Well, I'm hoping this happens because I got kicked out of their reunion tour for underage drinking. I'm hoping Danity Kane comes back.
Oh,
I'm surprised they haven't with everything
whole
that's happened with Diddy.
Diddy,
Like
yep.
that they haven't banded together to
Yes.
really like make this a thing.
Can you say more about being kicked out?
Okay, so I was underage drinking in the line to get into Danity Kane's reunion tour. This is when it was the four of them. So
Oh,
D
yeah.
Woods was not involved.
She was not
Were you guys
involved.
making the band, people?
I only keep
Oh my
up
god,
on it.
I like
somewhat.
grew up on making the band.
Okay.
I'm like
Making
boom
the
cat. So that was my show,
obsessed.
and Danity Kane was my band, and yeah, I was drinking a slushie in a Dunkin' cup,
Shut
and it
up.
was like one of those like blue raspberry icy things,
Yeah.
and I poured vodka into it,
As you
and I
should.
was like 19 years old, going to their reunion tour, and somebody came and sniffed it, and were like, "You're not going into the concert," and I was like,
Were you drunk?
Yeah, I was wasted. I was
They
like,
were like, you are also acting crazy.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I didn't get to go into the concert. It was really sad. I was crying on the train. That was the one time I did take the tea. Was crying on the way home from the Danity Kane reunion tour.
And I understand why you can't go back there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
It
I'm
brings bad
hoping in
memories.
2026 they get
That
back together.
happens.
That's my
Okay.
prediction for 2026.
Well, did you see Aubrey Plaza? Is that no?
Aubrey O'Day, Aubrey Plaza and Aubrey O'Day are very different.
Very different people. My bad. She is on a E Network show,
Yes.
Plastic Surgery Rewind.
Yes, with
Laura-
Kim Zolciak and Brielle Zolciak.
Yes.
Are they hosting or
No, they're
participating?
participating.
They're participating. That was supposed to be a Peacock original. I was working on helping develop that show, but then in the network, whenever like shows are pitched, they like are like, no, he's gonna take that, or Peacock's gonna take that, or when Miami was originally rebooted, they're
Yeah,
like,
on
oh,
Peacock.
it'll be a Peacock.
As if it makes a difference.
Yeah.
No, but it
It didn't make a difference, like production-wise.
Production-wise?
we had the same exact
But
thing.
when they were working on it, they were like, they kind of tried to make it a little bit of a streaming show with how the release schedule was. And then it was so successful that Bravo took it right back.
Yeah, I was team put it on. I needed it on Bravo because I needed to be able to watch like.
Oh,
all
yes.
just
Well, I'll
becoming
give you my
one.
Peacock login. So
Yeah.
you'll be
good to
set. But yeah, like I had gotten clips of Aubrey on that, and I think one of the scenes was filming while Diddy was getting arrested.
Yes, it was. It was.
Or like going.
Yeah,
and
like she was on the phone, like
Yes.
hearing about him getting
Yes.
arrested for the first time.
On the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great television.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it on television. I watched it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like I do everything. But yeah, very great television.
So you're right. That's a good prediction because like this could kind of hightail they had some
Pivot
good
their way.
hits.
And what do you guys think has been the biggest pop culture moment of 2025 so far?
Oh my god.
It's got to be Luigi.
That was
think?
happening at the end of December of last year. But it gets carried in.
Oh, you're right. It was before Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, then the
Before
Coldplay
Christmas.
CEO.
I think.
Yeah, that was the biggest story this year for sure.
biggest story. I'm trying
That
to
just like really broke the internet.
It
Yeah,
did.
it happened in Gillette Stadium and
Yeah.
It happened. Your neighbor, basically.
I basically
we
know
Why
the
were you at the
guy.
Coldplay
Did
concert?
you?
I wish I was there.
Yeah.
But I don't like Coldplay. So.
Did you
So I'm
know
all set.
any? Did you know any people there?
I knew a ton of people there. There
Yeah.
were so many people that were like, I was there. I was at. That's like one of the defining moments. It's like I was at the Coldplay concert when the CEO was caught cheating.
That's a hot take.
Yeah.
Or, a fun fact.
yeah,
Or
that is a fun
'cause
fact.
I feel like
to share.
I feel like even some of the people I went to college with, they're like, I was there too. As we're posting memes on Batch, it's like, I'm not gonna post this text message in
Yeah,
the meme
right.
carousel. I'm like,
Like
thank
someone was there. Yeah,
do
there
you
were
need, do you
people
need
there.
I can confirm the story happened.
I'm like, girl, our
It's on
carousel's
television.
Sources have confirmed.
Yeah, I'm good. So I'm like, you probably were like, everybody could say that. You were probably like, enough.
yeah,
all right,
no,
you-
there were a lot of people there. I
I'm
mean, it's like
sure.
70,000 people from.
That was the
Boston
last
were
time I
at-
felt alive.
I think that was so CEO, but also another random one. But when
everyone, not just for you.
this is for everyone. Abracadabra by Lady Gaga when she dropped the music video. I know
Will-
hold on.
I don't think those are on the same playing field.
I know that I'm saying that was great. but
I
I'm not
agree
saying
with
it
you.
didn't
Thank
break-
you.
I was levitating.
It was great, but it
Levitating.
didn't break the internet.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just putting out, I'm speaking for, all,
You knew when you said that was only important.
Yeah,
to
truly.
other people.
You knew it. I'm so excited. I'm so
Possibly.
excited for 2026 to
Yes.
come to have the next CEO moment.
Yeah.
yes.
You know,
like
hopefully-
what are going to be those biggest scandals? You know what
And
I
you guys
mean?
are going to be
Moodang
at
is right around the corner.
right on the finger of the pulse. You guys are going to be reporting on it.
I hope
What is the
so.
next Labubu?
Yeah, who is the next?
I need
Labubu?
Labubu's gone.
Yeah, those should be.
I just can't even believe they blew up the way they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about them on the show, and I remember being like, "This is stupid.
the
And
hell is
we shouldn't talk about
Wait,
it."
we need to talk about Blabbermouths really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Just
please.
tell us about Blabbermouths because
Oh my
we
God.
love to blabber.
We love to
What do you
blabber.
guys talk about on your podcast? Where
my
can everybody
gosh.
like
It's just our
listen to you?
ADHD show.
Yeah.
Basically, we are authentically coworkers.
Yes.
And they were like, "Please shut the fuck up.
They were
You
like,
guys
"You
are
talk
talking
too much."
so
Talking
much
at
at your
the desk too
desk."
talk too much.
And they
then-
gave us the show.
Yeah, originally it was like, oh, you guys have a fun little rapport. We're gonna name it "Dumb Shit for Gays and Girls," and we're like, cute. Then we're
I
like,
was like, "I'm not putting my name
we're
on
like,
that."
know, right?
and then Blabbermouths came to be, and it was also this idea of like getting behind the minds of the people who run the account, and they're like, what are we doing? What's our take on the social culture at the
Yeah,
Why did
because
we
you
post
post
this?
about it, but you don't really hear your opinion.
It's
on
Yeah.
kind of like to parallel. It's like you're watching all the Housewives shows, but you don't know how all of that came to be. You know, you're getting that inside look. And then, so a lot of the things we do on the show, it's like the segments are like, what can we not shut up about? Or explain this concept to a Victorian child. when
Yeah,
we
what
talk
the
to
fuck is
him.
trending?
What
Why
the
is
fu-
this trending?
Why
Yeah.
is trending?
It's also it also gives us the space to talk about the things that we are nichely aware of on the internet
Yeah.
that we can't post about on the account.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they will flop.
yeah, they will flop.
They'll be like, "Why are you
And we've
posting about
learned
Uncle
that.
Bob?"
Yeah, right. Or like, one time we did a segment on gay diva birds on Twitter that were trending. It was just like these birds were serving cunt, and so we were like, we got to talk about this.
We gotta talk about this.
The audience will it'll get one like on the Betches Instagram, but this is a place to share.
Yeah,
that.
100%. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so glad I'm now going to be a listener now that I've
Oh
been
my
on
God,
the podcast.
please! You're a blabberhead by
I'm
for
a
life.
blabberhead. I can't wait. Tell everybody where they can follow you guys personally, because we need to know.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can follow me at Eleni Sabracos.
You can follow me at Will Oser, and then you can follow us both at the Betches main Instagram.
Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for being on my pod. Make sure you guys go listen to us on Blabbermouths.
Yes.
We really ran the gamut, like I said.
Yep.
And I'll link their episode. I'll link their
thank
Instagrams in the episode description. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.